Will this work for my lighting? That's the brightest light I have at home. Hey, what's up, you guys? So, I'm filming this intro. It's dark. I just got home from work, and because of daylight savings time, there's like no light to film whenever I get home, so I'm using the LED light from my snake's enclosure to use as a spotlight. Anyways, this video I'm going to talk about my decision to start breeding my own mice for my snakes to eat, for Liam and Carlisle specifically, because they're kind of blasting through all the frozen pinkies I have, and Carlisle, the ribbon snake, is only ever going to get to be about the diameter of my finger, so he's pretty much going to be eating pinkies his entire life. And I figured, even though the cost may be higher up front, they should save me money over time. So in this video, I'm just going to be discussing how I set up my enclosures for the mice and basically how much everything costs, and hopefully in a month or so we'll have babies and we'll start seeing like how much I'm actually saving over the course of like the year. And I'll start making update videos about breeding your own mice for your snakes. I'm not going to go into breeding rats yet right now because this is just me starting off. I've had pet mice before in the past, so I already know how to take care of them. They're pretty easy actually, and you can kind of see in my setup video basically how you can set up your own establishment if you want, and we'll go from there. So here's my setup. It's pretty simple. It's just a small 10-gallon tank. I put a screen with a locking lid on top, and look at what he's trying to get. Oh, he's trying to get a stick. Okay. I put a screen with locking clips on top so that I can put them out on the balcony to air them out if I want to. It's pretty simple. I just have a wheel, 2 hides, a food dish, and some chew toys, a ladder for them to climb on, and of course the water bottle. It's right next to Pickle's enclosure. So they have a nice little corner spot. It makes them feel nice and secure. I read that mice only breed if they are happy and not stressed, so I tried to make them have like a nice, calm environment. I'm not really planning to breed anything other than pinkies or just up to peach fuzzies and fuzzies because I don't have a need to feed mice to my snakes. All my balls eat rats, and I don't have the capacity to breed rats right now, so I figured this might be a more cost-effective way for me to keep a constant supply of pinkies on hand because the colubrids are blasting through the bag of frozen pinkies pretty fast. So it's only I think I've only had these guys for about a week now. It's like day 6 or day 7. The male has been trying to breed with the females, but he hasn't been successful quite yet. They've been trying to run away from him, squealing really loud when he tries to mount them. I think it's because he is a little bigger than they are. They might be on the younger side, so that's okay. I think eventually it'll happen because they're getting used to each other. They're settling in a lot better. When I first got them, the 2 females, I think because they were younger, they were really naive. They were just like, they would let me handle them as much as I wanted to, but the male was terrified of me. He kept hiding in that corner behind the wheel. But today he let me pick him up. I just gave him a clean out, and I kind of rearranged everything again just so they could have a different setup and kind of stimulate them better. So I think that's why they're all out and active right now, because everything's new and different. But the male seems to have warmed up to me. I've offered him some food. He hasn't taken it from me yet, but he has approached me through the glass. So we'll see how, I guess, tame these guys get. So in terms of food, I have just the generic lab, the rodent lab blocks. I don't even know what brand it is, but it's from the reptile store. It's the cheapest food I could find for them. And then I added some kibble for my dog's food. They eat echinacea, so at least I know they're getting some type of high quality protein. And then like some fresh vegetables and fruit here and there. Today they only have a slice of cucumber, because I have nothing else left in my fridge. It's so bad. So here's a better view of them. There's the 2 females running along. I think the male took one of the dog kibbles and like hid it in there. In terms of substrate, I bought pine. Then I read it wasn't that great for them, but I have the whole bag, so I'm just going to use it all up. So here's what I'm planning to do when the mice start getting pregnant and need to start being separated from the male. I have these individual Sterilite boxes, the bins that I got for them, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the top portion and put a screen mesh over it for ventilation. And then I found these little kid sippy cups from the Dollar Tree, and I'm basically going to use these as hides. They're just going to sit upside down like that. And I'm going to drill a hole into the bowl or the cup to make a little door for them. I did the same thing with their bowl hides in their tank. And then they also have a food dish, and the water bottle will just be sitting up on top like this. And then this will give them privacy and space to nurse their babies, even if it's only for like 3 to 5 days before I take them. So as far as costs go, I made a list of everything I bought, and I added up the total to kind of see how much money I'm actually saving by breeding my own pinkies versus buying them. These are the average prices that you can get these items for, and then in parentheses is what I actually paid. The tank I got used from the reptile store. The lid was from Walmart, I think. Clips came from a Reptile Expo. Mice, of course, I went to PetSmart and Petco so that I can have like different colored mice, but you could easily go to a reptile store and just get feeder mice for $1.50. Food bowls, I got these little ceramic bowls for about like $1.20 each, so around $4 total. I got 3 bowls, 3 water bottles for about $9 total. These all came from Walmart. The wheel came from PetSmart. I got that for around $12. I had to go a size up because I felt like the smaller wheel was arching their back, and I don't know, I just want to give these mice like a nice setup if they're just going to be breeding their whole lives. But one thing I found with these chain stores, if you go online and you can find the item online, a lot of times these prices will be a lot cheaper than in-store prices. So I got the silent spinner for, it was like $9.99 online, but in the store it was $19.99. So I essentially saved about $10 by showing them a screenshot of what the price says online, and then they'll price match it for you. And then the hides, I just got plastic bowls from the Dollar Tree. Like, you don't have to spend $5 on hides. Like, I feel like that's a little excessive, especially if you're just using them for feeding purposes. The 2 white bowls that I got actually came in a 2-pack, so I got 2 bowls for the price of 1. Then the plastic Sterilite tubs, the price will just depend on what size tub you want to get. I recommend getting tubs that are smooth on all sides and not have any raised edges for them to chew on. These toys, I got them like little ferret treats, willow chews, ladders. These are all variable expenses. You don't actually have to buy these, I think. You could just give them like toilet paper rolls and tissues and other things to chew on. But I got a little carried away with getting little stuff for them. And then the bedding, of course, will vary. I believe if you go to like online on Amazon, you can get like the really, really big bundle of aspen shavings for like $20 or $30, I think. But that's what I'm going to do. Right now I just have pine, so that's how much I spent. And then the screen mesh is for when you cut out ventilation holes, or the top of the lid for the Sterilite boxes. Mice are known to jump up to a foot high, so I recommend getting a lid no matter what type of container you get, even if you think it's tall enough, because you don't want them escaping. And then you have to add in the cost of food. From the reptile store, I was able to get lab blocks for $1.50 a pound. So in total, I think I just rounded up the numbers, including tax. I think I spent just under $100 on the setup for the mice. Obviously, I could have done it a lot cheaper if I had just used a Sterilite tub instead of a tank with lid and clips and everything. I could have gotten them the smaller wheel if I wanted to. I could have given them no hides, but I know that mice, it's essentially required for them to have a hide if you want them to have like a normal life. So it's, a lot of these things are optional, but I feel like this is the most humane, simple setup that basically meets all the requirements that they need. Like, they have a shelter, food, a place to sleep and feel secure, and then they've got like chew toys because their teeth grow constantly and you need them to wear down their teeth. Otherwise, they're going to have trouble eating later on. And then I looked up how much it costs for me to get pinkies from feedersource.com. When I get them at the reptile expos, 100 pinkies will cost me about $45. So I could have just gotten the pinkies, but these are just the initial startup prices. So we'll see. This is the food essentially is the only ongoing things, and then toys, whatever toys I want to get them. So hopefully over time this will add up the right way for me to save money, and we'll have to see about that. I'm probably going to spend a little more than I need to because I do see them kind of as pets, and I do want to get them, you know, little toys and things for them to chew on. So I was able to set up 3 mice for under $100. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will update you the second these little babies come out. Hopefully they come out soon.